It is also characterised by something even more typical, especially during the 1920s. A new form of veneration appeared in all the settlements. Veneration of the memory of those who perished during the liberation and the wars of unification of Bulgaria. Construction of memorials was begun, at which town or village festivities were organised on certain days. The most pointed illustration of this is the Memorial Church of the Holy Trinity at the border village of Ossogovo, better known as the Kosnitsa or ossuary. This is a remarkable monument built to the memory of those who were killed during the Balkan Wars of 1912 and 1913 and the First World War from 1915 to 1918. Right under the altar, in a specially built crypt, there are the bones of nearly 1,500 soldiers and officers who gave their lives for their motherland. Today we are also witnesses to a strong yearning towards restoration and building of chapels, churches and monasteries. In most cases, these works are carried out in existing holy sites, such as offertories, holy water sources, and so on. Other churches have been built in new places not connected with the traditions, such as the Assumption of the Most Holy Virgin monastery complex at the village of Kopyovci, the chapels of Saints Peter and Paul above Boguslav in the Osogovo Massif, St. Demetrius in the village of Dobrovo, etc. On saints' feast days, gatherings of the local villagers are organised at these churches. In most cases, those village festivals that have been organised in recent years are a compilation of pagan rituals, Christian elements and imported modern forms. This is a natural result of cultural overlaying accumulated over time. Such an example is noted on Enyufden, a festival of the sun, water and magic, the day of herbalists. A synthesis of elements from paganism, Christian ritualism and modern components, it bears the hallmarks of a solar cult born in antiquity, while the Christian festival is connected with the birth of St. John the Baptist. The night before Enyufden is the most secretive, powerful night during the year. That is why on the holiday, early in the morning, unmarried girls, women, fortune tellers and soothsayers gather herbs which they use throughout the year. An Enyuf wreath is plaited and everyone passes through it for health and longevity. A similar synthesis of pagan, Christian and modern ritualism is also observed at the festivals organised at the offertories. These are holy places remaining as a relic of antiquity and later dedicated to a particular Christian saint. They are located both within villages and outside them, close to sources of holy water, large rocks, above caves, on crossroads or near to ancient trees. Offertory sites are marked with signs: a large rock, a stone or wooden cross, stone slabs, columns or chapels. The rituals carried out are aimed at ensuring good health and good luck, or for begging protection from drought, hailstorms, floods or fires. Many of the offertories are located above old pagan sanctuaries, and later chapels, churches and monasteries were built in their place. An expressive example in this regard is the Provirlaka in the Monastirska area close to the village of Lilich. Here, amid enormous cliffs, there are clear traces of a pagan holy site. The actual name of the area suggests the conclusion that there was once a monastery here, while the Church of St. George, still standing on a field above the rocks, was built over the foundations of an earlier church. A mandatory element of the festival at the offertory is the sacrifice. One or more animals are slaughtered at the actual site. At the offertory, candles are lit, the korban and the bread brought by the women, the wine and the rakia are sanctified by the priest or the oldest man in the village. Following the blessing, the bread is then broken and the korban is handed out. In many cases, the church feast coincides with the day of the patron saint of the offertory. Most often, there is a holy tree in the immediate vicinity of the offertory, an ancient oak, elm or walnut tree, symbol of wisdom and life. Also, in most cases there is holy water nearby, which most usually cures eyes, skin diseases and stomach pains. The water is the subject of votive reverence in the rituals carried out at the spring, while the springs themselves become sacred. In the province of Kyustendil there is also another exceptional place where even today the solar cult is venerated. These are the 7 lakes of Rila, which have been turned into an open-air temple beneath the sky, the direct link with the universe for the thousands of followers of Peter Dunov. Each year, in the middle of August, pilgrims, members of the White Brotherhood from all over the world, arrive to greet the dawn and to merge and charge themselves with cosmic energy through the execution of the cult dance Panurhythmia. Dunov's followers dance their ritual dances every day near Kyustendil too, in an open meadow above the Osogovo hill. The lands of the settlements belong to the Osogovo Massif within the framework of the Bulgarian-Macedonian cross-border area, are scattered with the remains of numerous cult and votive sites, often connected with early Christian churches, with medieval and national revival period churches and monasteries still preserved. The chapels that have survived across the centuries are enveloped in historical romance and return us to the faith of our grandfathers and fathers, to our own faith. And the offertories, with a standing cross or simple stone, enclosed in the shade of a centuries-old tree with holy water running nearby, take us far back to the pagan times. All these monuments express man's eternal veneration of the divine, its inexplicable connection to the earth, in nature and in the universe. These are the holy places which, regardless of the assimilative functions of various religions and ideologies, have maintained their sanctity and for millennia have been the object of worship and veneration by those who inhabited these areas.